everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and it's time once again for another movie review. And this time out, I wanted to review 1973's Godzilla vs. Megalon, which has finally gotten a legitimate US DVD release, courtesy of Media Blaster's Tokyo Shock label. For one reason or another, this was released as just a bare-bones DVD, no Blu-ray, no special features. I am glad to finally have this in my collection. It is not a top-shelf Godzilla film by any stretch of the imagination, but I am glad to finally have a legitimate version of it in my collection. The movie was directed by Jun Fukuda, and it concerns the undersea kingdom of Seatopia, who are angry about the surface dwellers using underground nuclear testing, and as such, to punish the Earth dwellers, they send Megalon to the surface to destroy the world. In, I guess, what is considered an oversight, they weren't able to tell Megalon where to go to start this path of destruction and punishment for the Earthlings. So they have to acquire a robot named Jet Jaguar, who was recently created by an inventor named Goro. So Seatopian agents break into this guy's house and figure out how to override the robot's control mechanism and use Jet Jaguar to lead Megalon to Tokyo. This seems incredibly complicated. For some reason, you'd think that Megalon had a sufficient amount of brain power to find a large city by himself. So this attempt to take over and destroy the Earth seems ill-fated already. But of course, the inventor has a way to regain control of Jet Jaguar, and he sends Jet Jaguar off to summon Godzilla from Monster Island. Godzilla shows up to take on Megalon, teams up with Jet Jaguar, and then the Seatopians decide, well, this isn't a fair fight, and they summon Gigan to help them, and a zany, wacky kaiju battle ensues. This movie was constructed out of the remnants of a film that was to star Jet Jaguar as the main hero. I guess Jet Jaguar was created through some sort of contest to create a new tokusatsu character, because those were all the rage in the early 70s, like with Ultraman and whatnot. Apparently at the last minute, Toho decided that Jet Jaguar would not be able to carry a film that would feature him versus Megalon, so they scrapped the idea. And then I believe it was Jun Fukuda came in and rewrote the script to include Godzilla teaming up with Jet Jaguar to fight Megalon and Gigan. And at that point, the movie was greenlit and completed in about 3 weeks. I guess this Godzilla suit was thrown together fairly quickly. It does not look very good. It looks almost Muppet-like. I mean, it's got these big eyes. And it looks like a kiddie hero, and that's what this movie basically is. It's a kiddie Godzilla film. If you were to show this movie now to fans of things like, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or something like that, or whatever the hell's popular with Saturday morning kids shows, I'm a little out of touch with that, sorry. I'm sure this movie would have some sort of appeal to them, because it appears to be that's the type of audience that this movie is trying to reach. Certainly not adult Godzilla fans like myself, or those that were adults back in 1973 when this was released in Japan. I saw this theatrically in 1976 when it was released in the United States theatrically by a company called Cinema Shares. And I recall it very fondly in terms of the experience of being able to go to a Godzilla film at the theater. I actually saw it twice, once at the theater on a bill, or basically being the featured film, and then again on a double bill with Star Wars, if you can imagine that, at the drive-in. I didn't think it was a great film even when I was 8 years old, so I don't really know who they really were trying to win over with this, unless they were going for an even younger audience than 8 years old. But as a silly, goofy, watch it with your friends kind of film, Godzilla vs. Megalon is a hell of a lot of fun. The battle at the end with the 4 monsters, or the robot and the 3 monsters, is actually a lot of fun. Megalon and Gigan, when they team up, they're sort of like a wrestling tag team. They have some great reaction shots to certain things that Jet Jaguar and Godzilla are doing. They try to act menacing, and they do these different poses and stuff, and it's kind of fun. I mean, yes, it's stupid. Yes, it's silly. It's a Godzilla film. You're not supposed to take it entirely seriously, but this is even hard to take serious, even for a don't take it seriously Godzilla movie. If I'm going to rate this as a film, it's going to be like 4 out of 10. It's created mostly with stock footage. The special effects that were done for this film aren't the greatest at all. Strings abound in anything that's flying. It's just a very quickly, shoddily put together Godzilla movie that still retains a bit of charm as long as you know what you're getting yourself into. Again, as a Godzilla collector, I'm glad to have it in my collection, but I'm not going to try and fool anybody and say, hey, this is a movie you gotta see, because it's not. But if you're a Godzilla fan, you're definitely going to want to at least own it and drag it out and watch it at some point. This does include the English dub. I'm not sure of the source of the English dub. I don't know if it was what was originally included in the U.S. Theatrical release or not. I doubt that it is, because this movie is uncut compared to that version. But there is a Japanese soundtrack or a Japanese audio track available in stereo and a 5.1 mix, which to me just sounded like it had echo turned on rather than being much of in the way of a really separated 5.1 mix. But that's what's available. There are no special features. There's no trailer. There's nothing on here except the film with different soundtracks, and that is it. So there you go. That's my review of Godzilla vs. Megalon. Check it out. It is available now from Media Blasters Tokyo Shock, and you can get it for about $13 on DVD only. Let's hold our breath, or let's not hold our breath, rather, for the Blu-ray release, but hopefully that'll come out at some point. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Take it easy, and as always, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks again for watching. Bye.